Uh-oh. Whoops, I forgot to edit the stream metadata, so we're doing it live. Okay. Minecraft. What are we doing today? Sure, whatever. Description.
Overworld Comfy Crafter Elite Trooper 348. Hello.
Category gaming, and the game is Minecraft. That'll do it for that. Looks like this is working.
Overworld Comfy Crafters and underscore Akai. O/. Overworld Comfy Crafter Shiren and Itsuki. Howdy /.
Great. So, right. I have a lot of wooden material available with which to create a variety of things. Most notably, these make a variety of wooden planks. Not a very wide variety. They're all just spruce, but yep. So that should be enough fence posts for what I'm aiming to accomplish. Not a lot, to be honest. This is going to be a relatively short stream. I forgot to loop my background music. There we go. I figure I'll replace my old fishing rod because I don't want to use up the new one before I can give it mending. Yep. So daily uploads, those are going well enough, I guess. Yeah, I've missed a few of the days of July. However, I'm doing extra stuff to make up for it, like this stream, for example. I already uploaded a video today. I didn't have to stream, except I'm overdue on a different day's video, so this is that day. What day? What day am I streaming for? The 24th. This is my live stream for the 24th. It's happening on the 28th. Don't worry about it. I hear spider. Hello? You up there? Thing? Oh. There we go. Okay. And all the way over there. I got one of these staircases. Alright, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Private property. If you do not comply, I will be forced to remove you from the premises in a physical manner. You hear me? You understand? Alright, you appear to be coming back, which is not what I asked you to do. So, I've given you ample warning. Adios. That was less dramatic than I expected. Fighter dropped 1 gold. Why does he have that? He also dropped a lot of string. Good. There's a Man of Ender over there. Always neat to see those guys up and about. There's some stuff that I still have to patch up underground because, as I may have mentioned, I don't go on the server when I'm not streaming. Generally speaking. Here we go. And thus, all progress I make is fully visible. However, that also means that I don't make progress unless it's publicly. So, haven't been doing any off-camera work, even though some of this stuff probably could be handled better without the live stream format. But it's Minecraft. What? I'm not here to become the best Minecrafter in the galaxy. I mean, that's a hotly contested spot, and just seems more trouble than it's worth, frankly. I would like this floor. Should that be the floor, or should... Yeah, I think... Okay, yeah. That should be the floor level. Surely. Then let's actually build it in the right spot. So, what I'm doing currently in this part of the stream series is that it's about time I turn the area that I've claimed as my house into an actual house rather than a storage shed, because I had a full inventory. And thus, I am taking the framework structure that I set up earlier, and I'm expanding the I'm expanding my building to encapsulate all of that. I've just noticed there's a bit of a flaw, a bit of a design flaw here, and that's I'm building the floor over where my staircase is currently, so I'll have to figure out what exactly to do about that. But I'm sure I will figure it out. That's the sort of thing that just ends up getting figured out. Okay. Block. Right, then... I see. Okay, right, in that case I need to... Yeah, I need to find an occasion to narrow this by 1 or raise it outward by 1. And really, that's just going to depend... which direction I go is just going to be determined by where I can set up a fence post without it looking stupid. Because it's either going to need to go here, or... No, there needs to be a fence support in this row regardless. Therefore... That's a little annoying. However, if I were to place a smooth stone blocks here in order to make it flush with this platform, but away from this ledge, I would, yeah, that'll work. So I said this is going to be a short stream. I'm not actually keeping track of time because I don't have anything specific to do in a specific time frame, other than I'm gonna go to bed in a specific time frame. And the specific time frame is soon-ish, which isn't all that specific now that I'm saying it out loud. I have cobblestone in my inventory. So, yeah, the thing is, I am rather... Is that gonna survive under a block like that? Maybe I should make a flower pot. I am not in the highest energy state that a human can achieve, because I am fresh from a full day in court. I dodged at the last step of the process, being selected for a 4-day trial, criminal trial jury, and luckily, one of the lawyers decided to vibe check me. Otherwise, I don't know how I would have managed the rest of my uploads for the week. But yeah, like I said, I did get to come home and not engage with that in any further capacity. I've been excused from the jury. Fortunate for my schedule, fortunate probably for everyone involved, because I haven't exactly been on a proper jury. I've been on sentencing juries, and that's it. And that's not even, like, full-scale sentencing juries. That was for a very specific program. Brick, flower pot, and brick. This seems a little more sustainable. Right, I need to put this stone over here somewhere. Roughly in the middle, I would think. Area, thereabouts. Seems good. Yeah, that'll work. And now I can put a fence there. Still gotta decide which direction to go. But I'm able to build a little bit more of this frame out now. Probably gonna do this first. So yeah, I'm not I'm a little tired because I spent well, let's see. It was how long was I there? 10 hours? I was at 10.5 hours spent sitting around in court, and some of that I got to spend reading Pact. I'm on Arc 15, nearing the conclusion of the story. But a lot of it I had to spend listening to, you know, jury stuff. Kind of annoying. Not going to talk too much about it for hopefully obvious reasons. If anyone even knows it. If you know what a jury is, then you know why I'm gonna switch topics here. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, and it's very. I posted on Twitter. I didn't post it necessarily. I scheduled a post on Twitter for when I was arriving at the courthouse. It's not lost on me the irony of being stuck on jury duty on the release date of the new Phoenix Wright. Well, I guess it's not a Phoenix Wright game, it's just an Ace Attorney game. Well, this'll all be filled in anyway, so it's not a big deal that I'm putting catwalk here. But I think oh, goodbye. I think this needs to come in probably to around here, either here or here. Um. So, yeah, as mentioned, there's been a couple instances of me not uploading on a day in July, which is fine. Saying that I was doing daily uploads was a simplification of the actual goal that I had set, which was to do 31 uploads in July. A month which has 31 days. On average, that's daily uploads. In practice, not strictly required that those are spaced evenly 24 hours apart from each other. Nope. I think we go out just to make this feel a little bit more impressive, I guess? Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to maximize my floor space is what I'm gonna do, so that can stay. It's just gonna look weird. And now that I've chosen which support beams I'm committing to, let's make them taller. So yeah, I expended a lot of energy and attention today that is not conducive to me, what in the world? Doing all that much, so just a very low low energy sounds bad, so chill. We're doing a chill Minecraft stream for as long as I feel like, and then I'm disappearing. What kind of fun stuff to talk about? Well, I could talk about talking about stuff. I'm launching a new format tomorrow. Well, I guess it's not technically tomorrow anymore. It's later today on account of it being after midnight. But yeah, this is a falling hazard. I'm gonna fill this in. I'm launching a new format, Cookie Conversations. I do a lot of playing games and stuff, and that's great. But so far, the Minecrafting has been somewhat unique in my upload schedule, in the ability to just sort of speak off topic. Something that has bring up things that have nothing to do with the actual game. While still playing the actual game. And so I'm taking a little bit of I'm going to start a save on Cookie Clicker. Seems fun. And then I'll just use that as a visual element for what amounts to just talking about whatever I want. Because it's I'd like to have a visual element of some sort. And sometimes I've gone for very simplified ones, particularly with the announcement videos where the focus is more so just on setting a bunch of information out. Those don't have to be flashy. And even though they don't have to be flashy, I still didn't exactly... I mean, it's not a blank screen. My announcement video, I put, like, a little bit of effort into making that look like something. But it's obviously not the most interesting thing to watch that I've ever made. That looks stupid. And so just it's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, Cookie Clicker. It's basically just a glorified screensaver, but it'll be a dynamic visual element for the sake of... I think technically this is supposed to be here on a mechanical level. There we go. Yeah, the cookie conversation videos are a space in which I will just pick random topics and then speak at length, because that'll be what the video is actually for, and it won't be me going on a tangent that distracts from the game that I'm playing, because you can't really distract yourself from Cookie Clicker, you know? As far as other things that started recently, I've already announced this, but it doesn't hurt to bring it up again. I am running a Dungeons & Dragons campaign for the same group that is hosting this Minecraft server. That's the Comfy Collabs server, the group type situation. Comfy Collabs. They have taken the liberty of organizing 2 Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaigns, and one of them ended up with me for a Dungeon Master, which is going to turn out interesting for everyone involved. Yeah, I think it's going well so far. We've had our first proper session, and I whisked all the player characters off into the domain of dread that I made. They seem to be enjoying it there, which isn't exactly supposed to happen with domains of dread, but it's also a game, and you know, we want everyone to be having fun. And thus, success, mission success. The game itself, Dungeons & Dragons, well, not Dungeons & Dragons, Brought to Light. Brought to Light is the name of the campaign that I am running in Dungeons & Dragons. Always leaving myself with one fence post, huh? Right, and then I can bridge these. The game is focused on a homebrew domain of dread, so it is the same general area as Ravenloft, but it is not Ravenloft, and Strahd will not be making an appearance. That guy is lame. And more importantly, everyone knows how that story goes. Doesn't really need to be told again at this point, I would say. Whereas King Tristan, the guy that I've put in charge of where I'm setting this game, nobody knows that guy because he's brand new. I made him up. He didn't exist until... Hey, get out of my house. Yes, King Tristan is a monarch, primarily, but as a hobby, he dabbles in fortune-telling, and doesn't really seem to work out too well for him. But you'll see a bit more of what that means as the campaign goes on, and as people find out more about where they've ended up. Pretty exciting stuff. I like running D&D games, and I like making D&D games. I like D&D. And I'd like to make more D&D videos. I just need to figure out how to how I want to go about structuring that type of content. Tabletop games are something that have a space on YouTube, but it's a little bit less clearly defined compared to, say, gaming. Gaming YouTube is, first of all, relatively well established. I mean, for a while, the most popular channel on the entire platform was primarily a gameplay-focused channel. And, aside from even just that, gameplay videos are kind of a non-competitive space. It's usually not something that you don't. I personally, right? I can only really speak from personal experience, but I know I don't necessarily watch gameplay videos only for the gameplay. In particular, if it is a story-based game, yeah, I'm often interested in the game and its story, and I'll end up preferring playthroughs that dedicate a reasonable attention to that and don't, gloss over either through particularly quick editing or just talking over dialogue or whatever. So I tend to end up preferring when the people that are playing the story-based game actually focus on the story of the game, which is why I have long stretches of Bloodstained, for example, where I'm not really talking personally. I'm just clicking through as the characters go at it, have their little banter sessions. Because I'm interested in what's going on, and hopefully people are interested in the games that I'm interested in, because that means that they're interesting games, and I like interesting games. I also like some games that are kind of weird, like I don't really have an example. I play a lot of slower paced games, and that doesn't seem to be the focus of most gameplay channels, so it's interesting. I've managed to get myself off topic in a stream that explicitly doesn't have a topic. I was talking about tabletop videos, compared to gameplay videos. I just will make more of these mindlessly placed blocks while I'm rambling. Yeah, so the thing is, right, that tabletop gaming videos aren't necessarily as non-competitive as video game videos. Because you can watch the same game be played through by different people, get different perspectives on the matter, You don't really usually need more than one or two perspectives on, say, what a tabletop rulebook says. Like, oh, what's the most obvious type of video to make for Dungeons and Dragons? Well, how about just character creation tutorials. Like, here's how this class works, here's how that or this mechanic is written properly and what it does, and everyone just, the thing about that is that it's objective information, and if it's covered once, it's covered an infinite number of times. There's not really anything to add. Yeah, so that's the minor problem with making rules-based videos. Now, RPGs are, of course, role-playing games, thus a big element of any of them is the story taking place. So you could do story-based videos, of course. The only issue there is that, well, does anyone really care? You kind of gotta ask, hey, I know I'm having fun in this game, in this D&D game that I'm running, not as a streamed game, not for content. It's a for fun game, right? You know? And something that happens in the game might be the funniest thing that has literally ever happened in your life to you and your friend group that you're running the game for. But without being able to bring people into the potentially several inside jokes that go into that working, well, it doesn't work. And thus, this thing that you found to be a massive source of entertainment on a personal level ends up not making for a good video topic, because unfortunately no one actually cares. And that's not me, that's not a complaint, it's kind of an observation. I don't particularly care to have other people's games summarized to me. Goodness gracious, why am I down here? There's a few streamed games that I watch where I'm able to experience the entire situation, and that's more fun, more engaging. I should probably just match those heights. The Unexpectables is mainly the one that I follow, the game that I pay attention to. I'm behind on episodes currently, because I've been up to a lot of stuff. Been doing quite a few things personally, and just, I mean, they're 3 to 4 to 5 hour videos. Like, that's the other thing. Besides making videos about the rules of D&D, which the problem with doing that is that there already are videos about the rules, and, you know, there's only so much you can say about them. The next obvious option is, hey, Dungeons and Dragons is a game where you talk to people, and then funny stuff happens. So, if we like playing D&D, maybe people like watching other people play D&D. And that is the case to an extent. The thing is, you kind of, it's not always a great call to take what wasn't a streamed game and start streaming it. In fact, I would rarely recommend that, if at all. I mean, it seems to have worked for Critical Role, so what do I know? But personally, the big reason that I didn't really engage with Critical Role in any meaningful capacity is that I watched the first episode, it was clear that this is an ongoing story to which I am not an actual audience member until, like, halfway through. Like, the first Critical Role game starts way in the middle of everything. To the point where you hardly know who's even in the game by the time they're on their own side quests, it feels like. I didn't find that to make for a reasonable viewer experience. I mean, I seem to be in a bit of the minority on that issue, and that's fine. I mean, good for them. It just is a little weird. I don't know where I'm going with this conversation thread. Right. Oh. I seem to have trapped this guy. I'm not sure what direction to... I will be running the streamed game, obviously. Brought to Light is ongoing. That's not going to be on my channel, because as the DM, I have to have spoilers on my screen. But it'll be on all the player channels. Freely accessible and cool. It's a good time. It is a fun game, and so far seems entertaining at least to the players, which is the primary intent. And I'm glad that that's off to a good enough start. And if you do end up watching the game, hopefully it's worth your time, because it will be taking up a kind of a significant amount of time. I won't sugarcoat that. It's a big time investment to watch someone play D&D, because it's a big time investment to play D&D. Yeah, I mean, each session is, several hours. And, that's just how the game works, What was I even talking about? Right. In terms of tabletop gaming videos that actually end up on my channel, I kind of don't really know what direction to take that in. Because the first Dungeons & Dragons video I did was, of course, the rating monster manual monsters. Just a scale of 1 to 20, like, do I like this monster or not? And it was an informative video to make, particularly on the topic of me realizing, wow, I don't really care about any of the things that I'm saying, so why would anyone else? So that's why there's not another, that's why there's only one episode in that quote-unquote series. It's because I thought it sucked, so I didn't make any more. If anyone disagrees, feel free to. I'm probably still not going to bring it back. Just because, it's also not particularly high-effort content. Anyone can give their opinion on whether they like stuff or not. Now, doing it in an entertaining manner is a skill, and frankly, it's not a skill that I count among mine. So, yeah, that's why I'm not doing that anymore. It's because I don't think I'm very good at it. Or at least, not at the moment. And I feel like there's a lot of things that I'm practicing to get better at, and that doesn't have to be one of them. I'd rather spend the time and effort on more, slightly more creative wow, I'm clearly not fully awake. I should probably wrap this up pretty soon here. But yeah, if you have not noticed yet, there's a lot more of a framework here now. This is... Once I start setting up, furnitures and, you know, like, designating what room is what, this can be an actual, like, place, I feel like. Might cut down a bit on this archway. Split it in two, perhaps. Because that's kind of excessive. Although I could give it just a sloped roof. These are window arches, by the way, in case I did not explain that at all. I wanted arched windows rather than square ones, just to be a little bit unconventional. Probably going to keep the ceiling level at one consistent height, and then I can make like smaller windows in the corners to fill that space if I don't want just wall. But yeah, that's oh, the chicken left. Good. Yeah, I got on here with the intent of setting up a framework for the building, and that exists now. Like a more defined framework than just a handful of poles on the ground. And this is definitely something that I can work with in the future. I didn't really... I didn't really have, like, a bullet point list of what to talk about in the stream. I just rambled, and I'm kind of done rambling at this point. I'll have more focused uploads regarding the things that I was talking about. I'll have... honestly, I can just share the rest of my upload schedule for the month, which for the week. Same thing at this point. Today is just barely the 28th, so it's Wednesday currently. Later today will be the first cookie conversation. I will I have a list of icebreaker questions that I'm going to cover, because I mean, I've been doing it's 7/28. That's 6 months after 1/28, which is when I first uploaded a video. I've been doing this for 6 months now. I haven't really made a proper introduction video, so just gonna brush through a list of icebreaker questions, and that'll happen later today. Should be fun. Tomorrow, 29th, yes, 29th, there will be a couple of uploads, yes. Well, okay. There will be either tomorrow or on Friday will be my next Magic Arena video. I'm very behind. It's old footage, but I don't want to just flood the channel with Magic the Gathering Arena videos. And I also don't want to make hour-long videos of me playing a card game badly. So, that's why it's been taking me so long to get through basically the tutorial. Hopefully I'll be able to catch up a little bit on that, because I want to talk about Strixhaven. absolutely. The set grew on me significantly, and it was mostly due to Arena that happened, because I barely even knew what a set was before playing Standard and having it very explicitly defined for me. And yeah, Strixhaven, just kind of really fun. I've actually pre-ordered the D&D book that's gonna cover the setting. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, apart from that, I actually got I'll at some point, not this week, because it's not something that I was planning to do, so I'll just have to find time for it later. I'll go over the new Magic cards that I've gotten since the previous game video where I talked about my Magic cards. Yeah, I'm trying to get through the schedule so that I can actually end the stream here. Today is the 28th. Cookie Conversation format launching. It'll be the first episode will just be some icebreaker questions, so that there's something on my channel that kind of explains a little bit about what I'm up to, you know. The 29th, tomorrow, Thursday, is going to be the first episode of a new series. I finished Cat Quest. I beat Cat Quest a while ago, but I've finally edited the last of that footage and uploaded it as the series finale for now. And thus, a spot is open for another game to take Cat Quest's place on the channel. And technically, I could make more Doom episodes, but I don't necessarily want to replace Cat Quest with Doom. There's a bit of a tonal clash between the two, and Cat Quest was definitely the most cheerful game on my channel on a long-term basis. And I think even on a short-term basis. So, I'd like to go for something equally comedic and, for once, rather current. Although I'm missing it by a couple days on account of A, I have to pre-record it, and B, I had jury duty today. But Thursday, I will upload the first episode of Ace Attorney Chronicles, the great Ace Attorney Chronicles, even. Yeah, should be fun. Should be fun. That will be a long-standing series on my channel, hopefully, until I beat the game. And it starts on Thursday. Also on Thursday or on Friday, depending on whether I, actually edit. It's going to be my next Arena video. And that'll just be, I think it's more of the color challenge, but I haven't reviewed the footage past where I've edited yet. Then on the 30th, either after the Arena video or just by itself, will be to be determined. And then on the 31st, I'm going to make a channel news video similar to the one that I made at the beginning of the month. Well, right before the beginning of the month. And it's going to cover just the month in review, what's been going on, what's going to be going on soon. Should be informative, should be good. Yeah, that's what I've got planned, and what I've got to be getting ready to handle. But for now, I'm going to hit this stop streaming button and close all my programs and go to bed, because I spent 10 hours in